One step forward, two steps back. What's up guys, Scribblenauts here. Welcome to my review of Scribblenauts Unmasked for the Nintendo 3DS. I know this review is kind of late, but I am doing the review, so I think that kind of makes up for it. This game feels like Scribblenauts with the DC name slapped onto it. It's cool that Warner Brothers works on this series or owns the series, but it really just feels like Scribblenauts with some DC characters. Some DC characters have problems and then you fix them. Scribblenauts was a game that let you summon whatever you wanted to solve puzzles. Super Scribblenauts expanded on that concept while adding new words and adjectives to the mix. Scribblenauts Remix took some of the levels from the first two games and put them in one for mobile devices. I think they might have put some new ones in there too. Scribblenauts Unlimited expanded again on the concept while even allowing some Nintendo IPs to join the fun on the Wii U version. The game even let you create your own words or characters. Scribblenauts Unmasked changes things up by allowing you to summon characters from the DC universe. Warner Brothers is one of the publishers for the series, so why not? The only problem lies in the fact that this game feels like a step back from its predecessor. Scribblenauts Unlimited was the definite game in the series. This game has no character creator, and the game allows more freedom. You can revisit areas with new challenges, and it's almost dumb in a way because there's no clear-cut way to beat the game. The game has a hero creator, but you have to buy other versions to even get it because for some reason it's too hard to put this on the 3DS when the game is already short enough. Or maybe they're trying to make people buy like the PC version or the Wii U version so that they have exclusive features and they have a reason to buy the game. There's not much story to the game either. Maxwell, the hero of the game, meets Batman and he works with him in the Justice League to save the world. Villains have the star rights. You go get them. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if that's enough for a child. Like, it really doesn't seem like it's enough. It's very simplistic. I'm pretty sure a child could handle more than that. And Scribblenauts is a puzzle game. You use Maxwell's notebook to summon whatever you want to help you as you solve levels in the game. You may have to fight, create something, or etc. Sometimes the game gets a little bit detailed with the puzzles, but I think that's been toned down a little bit. But yeah, at some points you may have to look up an online guide because the game might not work or that the puzzle might be a little bit complex. Because I know later in the first game, the puzzles really got complex. Like the final puzzle in the first game, I had to look up a tutorial to how to do it because it was that hard. You also have the DC characters and their descriptions, but I didn't know that many besides Batman, Superman, and you know, like the normal ones and everything. You do have a book or a guide with all the DC stuff in the game. Some of it's kind of locked that you might have to unlock. You might have to pay for it. But it is in the game, so you can summon whoever you want. But like if you don't know the character's name, you can just flip through it. But it's a lot of pages. They should have made it easier to go through. And it's always in the same order, so unless you want to just like cycle through the entire thing to look for characters, I don't know. I just feel like you're probably going to be summoning stuff like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, stuff that you know, stuff that's really pushed a lot, unless you're a huge DC fan and you're like, oh, I'm going to summon Omega Lord 2000, whoever that is, but that's not an actual character, but yeah. The game gives you challenges to make it harder, but I couldn't even do them because they were too hard. It's always like that with Scribblenauts, like it's easy in the beginning, or they'll just have like a really hard level in the game, or it'll be something that you won't really know, and it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you hurting me, Warner Brothers? You're going to have to replay some of the worlds since the game makes you buy the worlds. Like, there are various worlds in the game. You have to buy them. They're not automatically unlocked after you complete one. You have to get a certain number of points. The game has a point system. It's like it's determined by like when you help people and all that stuff. It's just really lame. I would say Unlimited was perfect in terms of Scribblenauts. You know, the goals for the missions in the game were even listed, but not in this game for some reason. And the game finally punishes you for using the same words over and over again, which is great. And the game has some glitches and problems. Some missions just won't work out, and you may have to redo them. The game actually crashed on me, and that really surprised me. Like, I expected this on an iPod, you know, on a cell phone, something like that. But on a 3DS, I don't really think games should be crashing at all. It's not really a reason for that. I just think like games on like Nintendo systems, Sony, or Xbox, PC. Well, no, not PC sometimes, but I feel like these games wouldn't crash, you know. You're putting this on a very high quality system. I feel like your game shouldn't be crashing. Like, I feel like you haven't checked this game enough, but the game actually crashed on me, and it was very surprising. Um, yeah, I really like Unlimited more than this game. Scribblenauts Unmasked. It feels like one step forward and two steps back. The additions of the DC characters is cool, but taking away key features from Unlimited made this game worth its cheap price. Like, it's really cheap. Scribblenauts games always go on sale, but this is really worth its cheap price. I believe it's under $10, so that's probably one of the cheapest DS games out there, unless like there's some cooking game for 5-year-olds, which is like $2 or something like that. Um, I don't think you should have to replay levels, which the game kind of makes you do if you want to advance in the game. And the game should just have a linear path, like Unlimited. Like, I don't like having to go to this world, then go to this world. Oh, I have to earn points. Oh, I've completed all the worlds. Okay, I can finally beat the game, but I've been replaying the game so much, I don't even know if I want to beat it. Like, stuff like that. And I know you're trying to appeal to kids, but the story could be deeper because it might be too shallow for even a kid. And really, I think Scribblenauts could have a better story. Like, you might want to age this up a little bit. You might want to get a better writer in there, or you might even want to try. I doubt they're trying that hard since they're trying to appeal to kids. And the series has a lot of potential, but it uses none of it. I think I stopped playing this game for a little bit too, just because of the fact that you have to revisit the worlds, and I had another exciting game to play. I forgot what game I was playing at the same time. I don't think it was Smash Bros. Was it Pokemon? It was one of those, or Mystery Dungeon. And no, it was Mario and Luigi. Yeah, yeah. So I had to get help on some of the levels, some of the complicated missions here and there, but overall, it's a very easy game. And I know this game came out in 2013, and I've been very late on this review, but I bought it last year, I think. But yeah, the game came out in 2013, and it still hasn't gotten a sequel. So I don't know if this franchise is dead or something, but I'd love to see Scribblenauts Infinite. You know, that could be the name. I would love to see the series improve. I think it has a lot of potential, but they're just not using it. I think you should check it out. It's at a cheap price. It's very cheap, and it's definitely worth the sell price. Thank you for watching my review, and tell me what other games I should review. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. I'm Scribblenauts11, and I will see you guys later. Peace!